Because there's all kind of, it doesn't matter which government it is, you know. You could have another government tomorrow. It's corruption, corruption, corruption. They'll keep talking, but there's no strike rate. There's no strike rate on conviction.
Have we become so accustomed to corruption that it's part of our culture?
Well, it has become a convenient tool to remove governments from office. It was used successfully in the case of the Pandey regime by persons inside the government. It was used successfully against the Manning regime by persons inside the government, inside the PNM. So that sometimes you get the revolution coming from inside the party itself to bring the government down. And some may argue that is an act of leadership, to go against your own party, to bring your leader down and cast you into opposition. So it has happened on both sides.
Right, yes,
I'm trying to make it clear. It has happened on both sides. So that it may not necessarily be a crisis of leadership that we're dealing with, because there are leaders who have done things that have been game-changing, effectively. But in this instance, I think that we really have a systemic issue that has to be addressed.
A systemic issue. Have we become so accustomed to leaders doing as they want, taking abuse of power and corruption? Dr. Mangal, your closing comments.
Yes, I think we do have a crisis in terms of moving our systems forward. And that takes real leadership. That takes genuine commitment, and that takes people looking forward in a way that we've never done before. We have no business being in the situation that we are currently in, with a GDP per capita of over US $20,000. We have no business being in this situation, but we need to have commitment, committed leadership, and we need to have very supportive systems that work to get forward.
Systems that work. David, you have the final word this morning.
Yeah, well, in every single community in this society, in every part of the country, there are social groups, neighborhoods, residents, organizations that do have leaders. And I think if those leaders as individuals can be properly connected and empowered to some degree with some resources that they can redirect into their communities to make them better places, I think we can rely on or depend on the broad spread of individual leaders across the nation, as opposed to the kind of cultism that we're forced into having to join or support a political party or become part of a village council or a support group. I think too many people have recognized flaws in the political system, but yet still feel that they are obligated to become part of it, or else they will starve. And I've never laughed so much than I did yesterday when I heard a medical doctor saying, well, Trinidad and Tobago, unfortunately, is a eater food society.
I think everyone has adopted that too, no.
But then he said, that's the problem. Everyone really has to go on a diet. So I think we need to withdraw ourselves from being forced into party politics and recognize that there's power and organization in community movements.
Are you confident the next generation will be better?
I think once we take the actions that we know we have to take, the next generation will be better. From the schools, and I say primarily the education institutions, we have a huge role to play.
You have the final word this morning, Dr. Kani.
I have boundless faith in our destiny.
Oh, that is it. Boundless faith in our destiny. Oh, maybe I'm a little skeptical myself. I'm Hamer Ramsey. Now take a very short break. Don't forget it's Friday, so it's time to delve into the world of sport. And when we come back, Olympic gold medalist Keyshawn Walcott. He is the hottest thing in the country, and we'll find out why. Stay with us.
And of course, what I'm holding in my hand is the case that contains. I am. You know, I've never been this close to a gold medal, an Olympic gold medal before, and this is Keyshawn's as displayed in his official Olympic 2012 case. I'm a bit afraid to take it out. I don't want any mishaps, but on set with us this morning, Keyshawn Walcott, our very own and most recent Olympic gold medalist, joining him as well his manager Sean Roach, who's been here with us a couple times before in this capacity, of course. Good morning, gentlemen, and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you.
Now, let's get right into it. Keyshawn, the questions about London, about winning that gold medal have been coming in over and over again. But since then, let's get a little bit of perspective as to your own feeling on your achievement, what has come since then. You know, I don't want to once again pose the question, how has your life changed? We know the answer to that, but you know, what are you looking forward to in the months and perhaps years to come?
Oh, well, the feeling's great, knowing that you just won the second gold medal for the country. But right now, I'm just concentrating on getting some rest, recuperating, get my body back up to strength where it was earlier to get prepared for the next season.
Have you had a chance to hold or even throw a javelin since London?
Yeah, well, I don't really want to hold one right now.
What has it been like since returning home? Obviously, it's been a whirlwind from since your landing to now. What has it been like? How much has your life changed?
No, my life hasn't changed that much in terms of everything. Just mostly free time. So I've been really busy all over the place. Sometimes just hardly getting sleep.
You seem to be a very shy young man. I'm not really too big on the spotlight and whatnot. How have you adjusted to that aspect of it? You know, you're now famous. You know, everybody wants to get a piece of Keyshawn Walcott. How have you adjusted to that?
Yeah, the adjustment has been going pretty good so far. I've been working with some people trying to come out in terms of talk more and just really work at it more.
Sean, as manager, what kind of role do you play with that? You know, ensuring that the athlete is not just developed on the field and in his sport, in his trade, but his all-round personality is also developed. You know, with all the attention that he's getting now, he needs to be warm to the media, warm to the public. You know, how much of a role do you and your company play?
Well, Josh, you know, this hit us a little bit earlier than we thought. You know, but what we're trying to do now is just fill in the gaps. You know, so. Now he's off the field for a little bit, so we're working on things like public speaking and, you know, getting a little bit more media friendly. Not too much, because I know sometimes the media can
be your best friend and your best enemy at the same time.
Exactly, right? But we're looking at the other areas of his life and how we're going to develop that, you know, to match his success.
When you came back, now Sean has obviously been with you through every element coming home. You presented your mother with the flowers. When you initially won that medal and you realized that one was next to your name and the gold was yours, what was the first thing that came to your mind?
That's pretty hard.
I know so much has happened since then, right?
Yeah, but some of my first thoughts, can't really recall, but it was... that was hard. I didn't really know what to think. It was just, my emotions was all over the place, so I'm not sure.
Every Olympian goes in with the intention of winning and going and getting gold. No matter what they tell you, that's always.
Yeah.
But you know, you were the youth champion. You went in there. It's funny, and I would still remember the commentators saying that this young 19-year-old boy went up against the world's best and has basically just thrown this entire competition into what most would describe unpredictable status, because you came up against the world's best. Did you go in there thinking that, I mean, you go in there for the experience. Some say that, you know, okay, I know my age, I'm going to develop, all of that. But did you really go in there thinking, I'm going to get this gold?
No. I went in, as you said, going for the experience to develop. Knowing I just came out from a victory with the World Juniors, that was kind of enough for me for the year. But going in, winning gold medal, that was an extreme bonus.
How do you put down that performance, that competition, where you seem to be the only athlete to be able to get it right on the day? You know, have you given that any consideration and perhaps I don't know, gone back and thought to yourself it could have gone differently?
Yeah, well, I look at the video mostly every day to see what I was doing right, what they were doing wrong, but I'll have to say it was literally my day.
Your day.
Who did you see as your biggest competitor on that day? Sean is laughing. Did you all have that conversation already?
Talk about him all the time.
Oh, well, I didn't see just one guy as my biggest competitor. I looked at the whole field because I know there's just how I surprise everyone. There can be surprises all around. But I mostly looked at the reigning champion, Andrew Torkelson from Norway.
When you won that goal, obviously you will receive congratulations from all of you, those that competed with you. Who left a lasting impression? Who has left an indelible mark on you? Who came up to you and said, great job, out of that whole London experience? Which one of the world-class athletes did you meet that